Federal agents wearing masks to protect their families from cartel assassination. Democrats in Congress threatening to expose their identities. Violent mobs attacking officers trying to rescue children from sex trafficking. This isn't happening in some failed narco state. This is happening right here in the United States of America. ICE agents are under siege, and the attacks aren't just coming from criminals anymore. They're coming from elected officials who want those heroes dead. And the footage we're about to show you proves we're witnessing a coordinated campaign to destroy immigration enforcement while protecting the most violent criminals on earth. And what you're about to see will make your blood boil. So keep on watching. While ICE agents risk their lives protecting America from cartel violence, you need to protect your body from the violence of aging. As we age, collagen production declines, leading to wrinkles, sagging skin, and painful joints. And by 40, collagen drops significantly and continues declining yearly. Collagen makes up a third of your skin's protein, giving it strength and structure. That's why replenishing collagen is essential for maintaining youthful appearance and healthy joints. That's why I use Ageless Multi-Collagen, and I'm obsessed with its results. 5 key collagen types from 4 premium sources, hydrolyzed into easy-absorbing peptides, no clumping, odor, or gross taste, just smooth blending into coffee or smoothies, no GMOs, RFK Jr. loves it, no artificial ingredients, no gluten or antibiotics or hormones, clean, powerful collagen support. Every order also helps feed hungry children through NoKidHungry.org. So, visit healthwithgary.com today for 51% off, free shipping, 60-day guarantee, and lifetime VIP coaching. Go to healthwithgary.com. Your skin will thank you. All right. What you're about to witness is a complete breakdown of law and order, endorsed by Democrat leadership. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries just declared war on every ICE agent who is protecting America. You ready for this? Listen to his threat. And yes, it is absolutely a threat. Watch.
Every single ICE agent who's engaged in this aggressive overreach and are trying to hide their identities from the American people will be unsuccessful in doing that. This is America. This is not the Soviet Union. We're not behind the Iron Curtain. This is not the 1930s. And every single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will of course be identified.
Wow. He's promising to identify every single ICE agent to the public. I mean, yes, they're public servants, but he's promising that they will be identified. That means exposing them to the cartels, to MS-13, radical leftists, Antifa, Tren de Aragua. This is not accountability. It's a death sentence for these heroes and their families. But it gets worse. The Five's Jessica Tarlov just revealed what Democrats really think about our immigration enforcement. And her reasoning for why agents wear masks will infuriate you. Watch.
I should say it's a safety issue.
I did about that specific issue there, but when you look at the statistics of who they're actually arresting, you know that they're wearing masks because they're not making good on the promises that they made to the American people of arresting criminals. 70% of the people...
They're wearing masks because they're embarrassed? Is that what you're saying, Jessica?
Yeah, I do think
really? How do you know that? How do you know that?
Well, I would be, if I was the ICE
reading,
agent...
and it's absurd. It's mind reading, and it's absurd.
Well, they should be ashamed of what they're doing. If you are the ICE agent that's picking up a 17-year-old kid on the way to volleyball practice who's been here since he was 5 in Massachusetts, or there was a Missouri woman who's been here for 20 years, mother of 3, going to a routine check-in that's being arrested, and you know what they're doing? They're trying to satisfy Stephen Miller. The conservative Washington Examiner, a conservative paper, has this quote out of a private meeting where Stephen Miller is screaming at agents, what do you mean you're going after criminals? Why aren't you at Home Depot? Why aren't you at 7-Eleven? They want to pick up everybody who is here illegally, which is not what he campaigned on. He said we're going to get the bad hombres and the criminals out of here. So, yes, I think if you are showing up to detain a 17-year-old, that you should be wearing a mask and you should be embarrassed of what you're doing.
Well, I don't think that's why they wear a mask.
And they should be going to 7-Eleven. They should be going near the Home Depots where they all hang out looking for jobs. Yeah. She said they should be ashamed about agents. She said that about agents arresting criminals. They should be ashamed for arresting criminals. Does that logic compute? She thinks that they wear masks out of embarrassment, not because violent gangs want them dead. This is the sick mentality that we're fighting. Now, the real numbers, they do tell a different story. Fox News just revealed that attacks on ICE agents are up a staggering 413%. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons explains the brutal reality that these American heroes face. Watch.
Forward to 2025, DHS says that attacks against ICE agents are up 413%. And we just heard from the acting ICE Director Todd Lyons on why these agents are now wearing masks in some of these operations. Listen here.
We ran an operation where ICE officers were doxxed. So let's just say that again. People are out there taking photos of the names, their faces, and posting them online with death threats to their family and themselves. So I'm sorry if people are offended by them wearing masks, but I'm not going to let my officers and agents go out there and put their lives on the line and their family on the line.
I know that, Tom Homan has talked in the past about having to pay a private security detail to defend himself as, he was getting death threats. But these rank and file agents don't have those kinds of resources. What do you make of the House Minority Leader's comments about naming anyone that they think has acted inappropriately?
I think it's the height of irresponsibility for the leader to engage in such a behavior. I mean, the simple fact is that these are men and women who are doing their jobs. Their jobs is they signed up for, that they agreed to take on risk associated with it. These are very hard jobs. They're threatening enough elements of this as it is when it comes to arresting so many of these individuals who are here illegally and who have engaged in all manner of criminal acts or accused of such. And so when they go and they actually arrest them, they're doing the thing that they're supposed to be doing and they're paid to do by the American people. When he says that he's going to dox these agents, he puts a target on every one of their backs. And engaging in that kind of behavior should be unacceptable no matter the administration. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. We shouldn't be engaged in this type of behavior when it comes to agents who are just trying to do their job, enforce the law, and bring these criminals to justice. And look, they are going to have to adjudicate these cases in court. They're going to have to fight on this, and it's fine for Leader Jeffries to criticize the administration for what he thinks is overreach, but doxing these agents is horrible and morally.
Agents are being doxxed with death threats to their families. They don't have private security like Tom Homan does. They're regular Americans doing an impossible job while Democrats paint targets on their backs. Now, watch what happened in Minneapolis when false rumors of an ICE raid sparked complete chaos. The truth? It was actually a federal operation to save children from sex trafficking. Watch.
The information that came out on social media from elected officials was highly irresponsible. Instead of getting accurate information, being impulsive and putting out things that could potentially incite riots is senseless.
Hennepin County Sheriff DeWanna Witt stood alongside Mayor Jacob Fry and Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara Wednesday to address what exactly happened.
What is important for people to know, yesterday's incident was one of 8 search warrants for a transnational criminal organization.
Tuesday's raid was part of a criminal investigation involving drug and human trafficking, not an immigration enforcement operation, according to authorities. While the raid was being conducted, Minneapolis City Council member Jason Chavez tweeted without providing any context that MPD was assisting by closing off the area and that ICE was present. Local and federal authorities say yes, ICE was there, but as part of the Homeland Security Task Force, not to deport individuals. MPD was called in an hour after the raid began for crowd control as the situation escalated.
We have a sworn duty to keep the people of this community safe. That doesn't go through a political filter.
8 search warrants targeting human trafficking. And what did Democrats do? They send violent mobs to attack the officers. Local politicians spread lies that endangered children's lives. The footage from the streets is even more disturbing. Watch these animals attacking federal agents trying to rescue trafficking victims. Here's more.
Just when you thought they hit rock bottom, liberals dig even deeper. Activists ambushed an ICE raid in Minneapolis, tampon territory. Only problem? Wasn't an ICE raid. It was a drug bust. These protesters saw the cops going into a taco joint and just assumed they were for migrants. Kind of racist. The restaurant had a "Make Tacos, Not Walls" sign out front. We like tacos, but walls work too. The feds were actually there on a drug and money laundering case, but that didn't stop the liberal fiesta.
The whole thing was about saving children from sex slavery. But the mob didn't care. They just wanted to attack law enforcement. You want to see some raw footage? Well, we've got it. Raw footage of the coordinated assault on our federal agents. This is what Democrat rhetoric creates. Pure anarchy in our streets. Watch.
A group right here trying to block the police from leaving once again. They threw out a bunch of garbages. Now people are trying to create a line out here to stop ICE and FBI.
That's your city.
So get the fuck out! Fuck you! No, fuck you! Fuck you!
Move on, right now! Back up right now!
So these people are putting up a pretty strong wall here. They're not letting people. The police are obviously retaliating. People are pushing back at the police, showing no respect towards the police. People are upset because the ICE did come through here and they did take some illegal immigrants out of here, of the city.
This is how the sheriff works. This is how this guy works. You don't know
Push
the
it
city,
through.
fucking dumb fucker.
Push it through.
Push it through.
Go back to Elk River, you pieces of shit.
Back, bye, Mike. Bye back.
Look, you had this guy taunting and messing with the police. He's gotten thrown a few times by the police. And he's keeping on going back to him, too. This guy right here just got pushed by the police. After he's pushing at them, police threw him down, and he keeps going after them.
Go back to Elk River. That's what they screamed at officers saving children. They threw garbage, formed human walls, and physically assaulted agents while Democrats cheered them on. The intensity of the attack captured in this final clip. Watch how organized this leftist mob was in preventing law enforcement from doing their jobs. Watch.
What you're about to watch is a suspected ICE raid, human trafficking ring raid, drug bust here on the streets of Minneapolis. And this is footage like never seen before and live, raw footage from the streets of Minneapolis.
Our street! Whole street! Ours! Whole street! Ours! Ours! Yours and mine! That's what I said! Ours! Hey, let him do! I'm a veteran, I love you guys!
Right here you have the police right behind me, and you have the FBI, and you have a huge group, another group then you have another group of law enforcement behind us, and then you have everybody chanting, "Our streets."
Our streets!
What just happened?
They just stole people. They just fucking kidnapped people and they drove away. They gave no warrants, they gave no badge numbers, they gave no names. They said, I don't have a name when we asked. And then they fucking threw someone on the ground and took him too. And then, in the midst of all that, they shot tear gas with us. We are in the worst AQI that I've seen in my lifetime in this city. And you know who the main contributor to climate change is? The fucking American military-industrial complex. And what do? They come out here, they have the audacity to kidnap our neighbors and then to shoot us with tear gas when we decline to consent. Fuck them!
Yo, don't fucking touch her.
There you have people here pushing the cops right here. And now they took them.
That's your city.
They just kidnap people. That's what they're calling the rescue of trafficking victims. These radicals would rather see children enslaved than let ICE do their jobs. Meanwhile, U.S. Marshals and attorney Alina Habba, they're showing what real law enforcement looks like. Operation Apex Hammer is taking down the worst of the worst. Watch.
We saw violent offenders just walking around the streets of New Jersey, and U.S. Attorney Alina Habba says, listen, this is not going to happen anymore in my home state. So she teamed up with U.S. Marshals who were going after the worst of the worst as they knocked on those doors and said, you can run, but you can't hide.
Police department with a warrant, open the door.
An early morning raid in Newark, New Jersey. This team out serving a warrant for a suspected Tren Aragua gang member, wanted for a string of armed robberies on New York City subways.
Come out now!
And outside that door, interim U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, Alina Habba.
We're doing multiple cases at once to make sure that we clean up as quickly as possible.
Habba and her team waiting for that main target to surrender, but he's not home. Instead, these migrants who the feds say are all in the country illegally finally come out.
Where are we going now? Now we're going to go to another Newark location to get a female who shot her partner, also gang affiliation.
This New Jersey woman arrested after investigators say she recently shot at least 2 people. A short time later, another bust in the Garden State. This guy wanted for aggravated assault nearly got away on the fire escape. What's your message to those people who think they're going to hide out from your team here in the streets of New Jersey?
Well, you can run, but you cannot hide. And I think that the message is loud and clear.
And this is a month-long operation in the state of New Jersey, leading to more than 40 arrests, Jackie, and counting. It's not going to wrap up anytime soon. It's called Operation Apex Hammer. We'll keep an eye on it, Jackie.
We will.
Tren Aragua gang members, armed robbers, violent criminals, all arrested while Democrats try to protect them. Now this is two-tier justice system in action. The pattern is clear. Democrats demonize ICE agents as villains while protecting actual criminals. They spread lies about immigration enforcement while children suffer in trafficking rings. They send violent mobs to attack federal officers while gang members roam free. Every ICE agent puts their life on the line daily. They're not wearing masks because they're ashamed. They're wearing them because Democrat politicians have made them targets for assassination. When elected officials call for doxing law enforcement, they're not fighting for justice. They're enabling cartel terrorism on American soil. Every agent attacked, every operation disrupted, every child left in trafficking, that blood is on Democrat hands. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe, buckle up, because my final thought is right now. This is what the collapse of civilization looks like. When lawmakers side with cartels over cops, when saving children from sex slavery gets you attacked by mobs, when wearing a badge makes you a target for assassination, we're not in America anymore. We're in a failed state. Hakeem Jeffries threatening to dox ICE agents isn't political opposition. It's aiding and abetting terrorism. Every Democrat who spreads lies about immigration enforcement has blood on their hands. They'd rather see American agents dead than illegal criminals deported. They'd rather protect sex traffickers than let ICE protect children. This isn't hyperbole. We just watched them do it in Minneapolis. The same politicians screaming about January 6th are literally organizing violent mobs to attack federal agents. Where's their outrage now? Where are the hearings? Where are the prosecutions? So here's my question. Should threatening to dox federal agents be charged as terrorism? Simple yes or no. Down in the comments. And then support the Next News Network. Support our work. Go to shop.nextnewsnetwork.com. These heroes need us to have their backs because Democrats want them dead.